If you're free to play, you might be wasting hundreds of resin every week without even realizing it. And that lost resin means slower progress, weaker characters, and fewer resources. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact resin system I use to build characters faster without spending a single Primogem or fragile resin. And make sure to watch until the end, because the final tip is what stopped my resin from ever capping ever again. Just to clarify, everything in this video is completely free to play. This routine works for character materials, talent books, weapon materials, Mora, and artifact farming. And the best part is, it only takes a few minutes each day. Most resin guides tell you what to farm, but the real problem is when and in what order do you spend your resin. If you farm the wrong thing at the wrong time, your progress slows down a lot, even when you're playing every day. So here's the free-to-play resin priority system. If you want the fastest progress, spend your resin in this order. So the first thing is character boss materials. This is really important first because you have to level up the character first if you want to maximize your resin use. And the next one is talent books, because once you're done with the character boss materials and once you leveled up your character, you want to work on talents next. That's what I prefer. Or you could do weapon materials. You could swap both of them. And the next one is Mora or books if needed. And obviously the last one is artifacts. Artifacts are the biggest resin trap for free-to-play players. Farming them too early can waste weeks of progress. When I started Genshin, I didn't really know what I was doing and I didn't utilize these tips. And when I started playing, all of my resin, once I reached AR 45, immediately went to artifacts. And the reason why artifacts are last is because the rest of the things that I listed are guaranteed, unlike artifacts. They come in random substats, so they might be really bad each time. So you're just wasting a bunch of resin if you're not doing the first 4 steps that I told you guys. Okay, step 2, the level first rule. So before you farm artifacts, your character should be at least level 80, talents upgraded, and weapon leveled to at least level 80. Good artifacts won't fix a weak character. Levels and talents first gives you the biggest damage increase from the lowest resin cost. Here's a daily system if you really need one and if you're confused on when to use your resin. So morning or first login, just log in quickly, and if you don't have 5 condensed resin, make sure to craft your condensed resin. And later in the day, if you do log in again, spend your condensed resin in domains or bosses. This takes less than 5 minutes, but it keeps your account progressing every single day, which is so worth it. So I would definitely do that. And definitely consistency is more important than long play sessions. So next tip is condensed resin strategy. Always use condensed resin for domains when possible. And I'll tell you why. This is because it helps you save time, farm faster, and avoid burnouts. As I'm speaking right now, 6.4 just released, and in 6.0, Genshin added a new feature where condensed resin costs 60 resin instead of 40. So to compare, if you didn't convert your resin to condensed resin, when you go to the artifact domain and then you get rewards with the normal 40, it's going to take you 5 times to finish out your resin, unlike condensed resin where it could take you 3 times, because 3 times 60 is 180, and then you just use 3 times. See guys, I'm so smart. Like, I'm so good at math, totally. Okay, anyways. Think of condensed resin as saving time, not saving resin. And most importantly, try not to let your original resin hit the cap. And I will tell you why. Most of you guys probably already know this, but when you let your original resin hit the cap, that means that resin doesn't go anymore. And this is a huge mistake that I see a lot of earlier players do. Even I did it myself. They use all their fragile resin at once, which is really horrible, because you're not generating new resin every day and it's costing you thousands and thousands of resin. So step 5 is weekly planning, and most players skip this. So instead of deciding what to farm every day, plan your resin for the entire week. So weekly planning is when you decide what days you should farm these at So obviously boss materials and artifacts, they are available every single day, unlike talent books or weapon materials. So you have to create a plan depending on which character and what resources they needed. So for example, let's say I have a character whose talents are at Thursday and Tuesday, and then their weapon is at Monday and Wednesday. So Monday I would farm the weapon, then Tuesday I would farm the talents, then Wednesday I would farm the weapon, and then Thursday I would farm the talents. And then you could do this as well with like boss materials or artifacts, but it really depends. So try to make a schedule best for you. This is usually what I do with my characters. And this also prevents random farming, which is where most resin gets wasted because it isn't good if you farm randomly all the time. When you follow a plan, your progress becomes much more faster, much more consistent, which is really good. Next step is when to farm the artifacts. So I already said when to farm artifacts, but I'm just gonna add an extra few requirements. So your character has to be already built, like I said. You have to be adventuring 45 or higher. And the reason why you can't be adventuring 45 or lower is because if you farm artifacts at a really low adventuring, you're not going to get any good artifacts and you're wasting thousands of resin because of that. Every artifact farming gives you the lowest return for your resin, so that's why you have to save it for later when all your characters are ready. So this is the final tip. The easiest way to never waste resin, again, is simple. So you always have to match your goal with your resin. So for example, I know that the wording sounds really confusing, but for example, if you're building a character, you have to farm boss materials and talents, and then if you're preparing for a future banner, get the pre-farm materials, and then if you're low on books or mora, just farm the ley lines. It's the fastest way in my opinion. When you spend resin with a plan instead of farming randomly, your account grows so much faster even as a free-to-play player. If this guide helped you, I post more free-to-play tips and resources guides to help you get stronger without spending any money. Make sure to check out my videos over here, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Good luck with your farming, and may all your pulls go well. And if you haven't checked these videos yet, I would totally suggest to do so, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.